Have you ever wanted to turn this into this? Stay tuned to find out how. Welcome to Eclipse Gaming. My name is Alex, and today we're going to do something a little different. I'm sure you have a massive collection of video games, discs and cartridges like these and things. And from time to time you may have misplaced or accidentally just thrown away the retail case that originally housed the game. Now, for some serious collectors, or in my case, a serious itch of OCD, you might want this case back and restore to its beautiful potential on a display case or shelf. And that's what I'm here to show you guys. Using an awesome website known as thecoverproject.net, we can print the artwork and use this for our game case. A little side note, you may want to check the website before you start this project. Make sure they have the game you want because they might not have what you're looking for. Now, the only materials you'll need for this is a computer, a printer with ink, and some glossy paper, which I recommend using. You don't need the glossy paper, but I highly recommend it. If you do not have any of these, you can always go to the library and use the computers there, and bring files that you need to print on a USB drive or disk or anything that you want to bring to a printer such as Staples. Also, you'll need to get your hands on a game case that will be mentioned later. I highly recommend you watch the video before you gather all the materials and watch it again as you do the project. So let's get started. Alright, so the first step may be easy or hard depending on your scenario. You need to get a case. Now, some companies such as Nintendo sell their empty game cases for projects just like these. There are also third-party companies that do the same thing, but I've never used, owned, or seen a third-party case, so choose wisely on whether or not you want to get one. Now, you might have a friend who is willing to lend you one of these, or sell you it, depending on what kind of friend he is. And it doesn't matter if the artwork is in it or not, because you can always remove it. Now, you may already have some of these lying around in your house. I took this from an old Pokemon game that I had, and I kind of lost the cartridge to it, so the case was useless to me. Time to make some use out of it. Now, once you have the case, it's time to head over to the website that I mentioned before, which is thecoverproject.net. A link will be on the screen and in the description to go there. Let's go on ahead and do that. Once you have the case, it's time to head over to the website that I mentioned before, thecoverproject.net. Go ahead to the URL bar and type that in. Alright. Now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and find your game. Doing this, you want to go find your system, then searching for the game. As you can see, there may be many choices for a game that you want, shown here as these boxes. This is because in different regions, the case artwork is different. There are also custom artwork submitted by fans by the game. Choose whichever you like. I'm a big fan of the Ace Attorney games. Even though I live in the States, I'm going to get the Japanese cover for the third game. Download the file and then get ready to print it. Find the file and open it. Make sure you've got the one that you like. If you don't like this one, you can always go back and download a different one. I like this one, so I'm going to stick with it. Now it's time to get ready to print. Go ahead to print, hit print. Now it's time to change a few settings here. Now, I highly recommend you use glossy paper, because normal paper will look very dull compared to the glossy paper. And besides, the game cases themselves actually have glossy paper inside them. It's good to be realistic. Make sure you have glossy paper loaded into the printer. That way when you select the paper type, you can select glossy. Also, make sure that the picture is not resized. Now, once all the settings are met, I'm going to go ahead and hit print. You can always bring these files to a professional printer on a USB drive and ask them to print this for you using the same settings. Be careful though, there will always be someone there or some employee who will think you're trying to do some sort of black market piracy thingy and will deny you of service. If that's the case, come back later to make sure someone else is there, and make sure that the files have a very generic or broad name such as poster or label. Once it's printed, cut it out carefully. If you took my advice in going with the glossy paper, make sure it dries, because you will scratch the ink off when cutting. Even when it's dry, make sure you be careful, because even then, the ink can still be scratched off. I did this a few times during the English version of this game, so be very careful when you cut. I recommend using a straight edge cutter. These are very easy and get the job done very fast. Once you're done with the cutting job, go ahead and open up the case and slip it in. And that's it. That's all you need to do to create yourself your game case. Now it's time to go ahead and put your games in there, put them on a nice shelf, and show them off to your friends. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy more of this content, be sure to like the video or even subscribe to my channel. There will be more videos like this coming out soon. Also look out for some further gameplay. Again, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.